right, today let's get back to Henrietta Yakubu, who is the Acting General Manager, Corporate Affairs of FAN. She joins us this morning to speak about the closure of the Abuja International Airport so that passengers can then make use of the one in Kaduna. We were talking about the local airlines and the kind of plans that are there. So you did say that FAN is encouraging the local airlines to keep to their schedule and ensure that things go on properly. Does that then mean that there are no sanctions to ensure that they stick to their time? Because it comes across as though FAN is begging them to do what they have to do. Can you hear me? Okay, not sure she's there at the moment. We'll get back to that if and when we do get the connection back to Henrietta Yakubu. You were speaking about the options that are available in that circumstance, but was that option in any way discussed at that level?
Well, at the stakeholders meeting in Abuja, it was discussed, and the minister was of the opinion that the decision was to divert the flights to Kaduna, all the flights to Kaduna. So they were not considering Mina because of, he said the facilities in Kaduna were better than those in Mina. However, that's not to say flights cannot land in Mina. So, and as I speak to you, I read through online that Bristol Helicopters, Bristol offers charter services. So they've scheduled their flight. They will have a daily flight with a 37-seater capacity
from
aircraft from Lagos to Mina. Then they would station helicopters to ferry the passengers to the VIP wing of the domestic airport in Abuja. So Bristol, on record, is operating into Mina from Lagos, then to transfer the passengers by helicopter to Abuja.
Is this suggestive that Mina would have been a better option than Kaduna?
Well, if you look at the proximity, Mina is closer. So if the only problem I thought they were was the state of the road between Abuja and Mina is not in a very, very good shape. But it could have been fixed, just like the government is working on the Abuja. So it would have, government should have worked on both aerodromes, the one in Mina and the one in Kaduna. So whoever elects to fly into Mina can do that, because in proximity, Mina is closer.
How do you think the local airlines are going to adjust to this? Because I mean, I was talking about the fact that it's a huge challenge. The timing lately now, I don't know which airline keeps the time that's got more than 5 fleets there. It's something that passengers on a regular basis complain about. Yeah. So how do you think that will happen, how they will adjust to it in this new move now?
Well, this is going to be the responsibility of the airport authority, FAN, in conjunction with NAMA. The slot systems have to be adjusted to accommodate the volume of flights into Kaduna. If you recall, Kaduna was not before now, the diversion of the flight. It's not, the status of that airport wasn't a custom airport. They were a custom airport in essence. To accommodate international flights, you need to have immigration, custom, and other security operatives on ground. So for passport control. So that has been done. The status of the airport has been upgraded. So the custom is in Kaduna, immigration is in Kaduna, other security agencies are there.
And that could have also been done in Mina?
It could have been done, but like I said, the opinion of the government was that they would rather have the flights diverted to Kaduna for obvious reasons. Lately, the facilities, the ILS navigational facilities in Kaduna have been calibrated preparatory to the commencement of international operations and domestic operations in there, because most of the international airlines were complaining about facilities, security, and distance, and those were the reasons why government had to accelerate efforts to put the facilities in place.
And do you think that the foreign airlines will warm up to the entry code-sharing agreement, just so that they're able to get them to final berth at Kaduna?
Unfortunately, that would have been a very, very perfect situation for our domestic airlines. But unfortunately, none of our domestic airlines, even those going international, has code-share arrangement with any foreign airline. It's sad. It's sad. None. There's no existing code-share arrangement. Now, if they had code-share, they could bring the international airlines could divert their flights into Lagos. Some may decide to even go to other international airports and get the passengers, the code-share partners in Nigeria, domestic, to do the Int'l, the service within the country, to fly them to various destinations. But that situation is, a lot of them have gone on IOSA, they've gone on the BSP, but sincerely, like Arik, for instance, pulled out.
It's not too late to embrace it, though.
It's not too late.
Well, what do you think
fact,
is the reason why?
It's not too late. I can tell you, for a Nigerian carrier to survive, let me give you an instance. The Gulf routes, Lagos, Dubai, Lagos, Doha. You see attempts in the past by Air Nigeria, Medview, some other airlines to fly into and Arik into Dubai. Failed. What is the reason? No code-share arrangement, and those are point-to-point operations. The Gulf carriers are web carriers. They comb passengers all across the Asia Pacific, Europe, the Americas, to Dubai, to Doha. Then they put them on their flights, connecting flights to Lagos. Now the reality is that most of the times they have excess load factor. So if you have code-share arrangement with them, they can put some of this excess load on the Nigerian carrier to ferry them into the country. But that situation does not exist.
So this suggests that we're selling ourselves short.
Yes, very well. We've encouraged them to partner. Today, no international carrier can survive without code shares and alliances. And that's one of the bane of our industry, the growth of our domestic carriers.
But looking at all of this, I mean, it's a huge challenge that the industry has got here. And then,
I agree with you.
On a regular basis, the complaints that come through from passengers in terms of how the airlines handle them, it's huge.
Yeah.
And then no one seems to be addressing these issues because it happens time and again.
Yeah.
Why do you think this keeps happening?
One of I was in discussion with some operators. One of the major requests they ask of government, now that they are diverting huge volume of flights into Kaduna, Jet A1, they want assurances that there will be aviation fuel on ground for them to lift. So government had, I think the minister and the relevant authorities have promised to see to the issue of Jet A1. That is very important in the area of keeping to slots, schedules.
Yeah.
So that you have minimal delays.